Men are far less likely than women to seek mental health support, but we're 3 times more likely to die by suicide. Let that sink in for a second. Why? Because as men, we've been sold a story. Tough it out. Don't complain. Don't cry. And for God's sakes, don't seek help. The story's killing us. It's fueling anxiety, depression, broken marriages, and loneliness. And today, we're going to break that silence. Here's a stat most men don't want to hear. Men are far less likely than women to seek mental health support, but we're 3 times more likely to die by suicide. Let that sink in for a second. Why? Because as men, we've been sold a story. Tough it out. Don't complain. Don't cry. And for God's sakes, don't seek help. The story's killing us. It's fueling anxiety, depression, broken marriages, and loneliness. And today, we're going to break that silence. This episode is about why men struggle with mental health, why it's not your fault, and how you could start rewriting the script for yourself. So let's start with the obvious. Men don't talk. We've been conditioned since we were little. Be strong. Don't cry. Handle it. If you open up, you're weak. If you admit you're anxious or depressed, it means you can't hack it. That stigma sticks. By the time you're an adult, you've mastered the art of silence. You might bury yourself in work, in the gym, in porn, in alcohol, in anything that keeps you from facing what's really going on inside. But here's the truth. Silence doesn't make you stronger. It makes you more isolated, and the isolation is gasoline on the fire of anxiety and depression. I'll tell you about a client. We'll call him Rob. On paper, he was a success story. Solid job, married, great house, but every night he was pouring a drink to numb the stress. He wasn't sleeping, he was snapping at his wife, sex had disappeared from their marriage, but he didn't say a word to anyone because he thought, I should be able to handle this myself. When he finally walked into my office, he told me, I feel like I'm failing as a man just for being here. And that hit me because how many men out there are suffering in silence, thinking that very act of asking for help makes you less of a man. Rob wasn't weak. He was just burned out, lonely, exhausted from carrying it all alone. And once he started talking, things started changing. So here's what silence does. It fuels anxiety. You're constantly in your head with no outlet. It deepens depression. You isolate, which makes the sadness worse. It damages relationships. Your partner feels shut out. It kills intimacy. You can't be vulnerable in bed if you can't be vulnerable outside of it. And the scary part, the silence convince you this is just who you are, that you're broken and nothing can change. And that's a lie. You're not broken. You're stuck in a cultural script that was never written for your actual well-being. So what do you do if this feels like your story? I want you to name it. Start admitting to yourself what you're actually feeling. Stress, loneliness, sadness, whatever it is. Putting it into words is powerful. I want you to find one safe place. That might be a friend, a therapist, a group, one person who could hear you without judgment. Change the script. Instead of asking, what the hell is wrong with me? I want you to ask, what do I need right now? That's a huge shift. And last, I want you to take one action. That might be booking a therapy appointment, joining a men's group, or even saying to your partner, I've been struggling and I want to talk about it. You don't need to fix everything overnight. You just need to take that first step out of silence. So this week, here's your challenge. At some point in the next 7 days, say out loud, either to yourself in the mirror or someone you trust, I'm struggling right now. That's it. 3 words. I am struggling. It's uncomfortable, but it's powerful. Because once you say it, you've already broken the silence. Men's mental health is not a weakness. It's the foundation of everything else. If your mind is weighed down by silence, it's going to show up in your body, in your sex life, and in your relationships. You don't have to carry it all alone. So subscribe to this podcast, share it with another guy who needs to hear this, and remember, you're not weak for asking for help. You are strong enough to stop suffering in silence. I'm Dr. Mike, and this is Mr. Health, mind, body, in the bedroom. You're not broken. You're not alone. You're just ready for the truth.